I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness.
What's going on, DC? In this video I'm going to be covering Atomic. Now this is going to be a beginner build, very low skill points, very low artifacts. I'm not going to show you it max out. This build is also going to change over time. When my tune here gets stronger and I get stronger artifacts, get more skill points, the build might change. So with that said, I'm going to give you a quick history lesson on Atomic. Unfortunately, Atomic was developed or introduced to the game with advanced mechanics. Advanced mechanics is no longer in the game. Those of you who've been playing here for a long time know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, when these developers took out advanced mechanics and introduced Revamp, what we have now, they never adjusted, at least Atomic, the DPS side of Atomic, with the Revamp. All the power interactions that Atomic has is literally catered to advanced mechanics, still to this day. So, this is why we always have the joke, they break games, because they broke Atomic. They broke this power, and the only way to make this power efficient is to go precision. Doing might DPS, some players might figure something out, but if you're going against a player that knows what they're doing, you're not going to beat them with Atomic. Unfortunately, that's the situation with this power. So with that said, let's get into the build. Okay, so I use Blast Adapter for the weapon. For the head mod, I'm using right now the Critical Atom, grants 2% critical. For the neck, I have Relentless Precision. For the back, I have Breakout Protection. For the chest, I have Penetrating Strikes. You need this one. This one's important because it ignores 2% defense. For the feet, I only have Dashing Combos in here. You might want to switch it out with Tumbling Masters, but I like the Dashing Combo. And for the hand, I have Max Damage. For the augments, now we're Precision, so we're going to go all yellow for Precision. Even the adaptive augments will be Precision as well. For your base generator mods, all Precision. I don't have them maxed out. This is an alternate character. This tune is not maxed out. It's not my main tune. If I did have these down here for the elite gear, it would be all Precision as well. The top ones don't really matter. I would eventually switch the health out for power. The yellow, I'm not even sure yet because I'm not doing support roles on this tune. This is straight damage. For the artifacts, you need Transformation card and Strategist card. Those are your main two artifacts. Now the third one, I use Venom Risk Dispenser because we're going to be low artifacts, low skill points. We need a boost in precision. This is going to give us 12% boost in precision when we level it up to rank 80, which is doable. Now if you don't have the Venom Risk Dispenser, I recommend using Eye of Gemini or something else that boosts your prec. For allies, this is going to change when I get this character stronger with more skill points and more artifact rank. But for now, because I'm low level, I just want Oracle Bot, a Crypto for damage, and I really don't even need Cyborg, but I do have them in there for extra power. If you want to know the best combo for precision, I'm going to let you know right now. OG Batman, Shazam, and for combat, Death Metal Batman. I will eventually make a video on that, but for now, let's continue. So now the weapon tree here, you want to get all your abilities in the brawling. You also want to get all your martial arts like you see in here. All of this, eventually you'll unlock the Shuriken Storm weapon mastery, which is tap, triangle, hold triangle ability. Now you do need to be super speed for this build to work, otherwise it falls apart. Unfortunately, Atomic cannot do it without super speed. If I had enough skill points, I do grab Tornado Pull, but I have Cyclone Push for now. For the skill points, now this is important. We don't have a lot, so you're gonna get your critical attack, critical chance, and you want to go super powered because we don't have a lot of stats. We're gonna be using Robot Psychic, so that's gonna drain power. We're gonna be using Venom Boost, so that's gonna drain power. So super power is gonna cover that, and also is gonna give us 10% might. So it's gonna work out very well for this build for what we're gonna use it for, especially for the low stats. Okay, now onto the loadout. You want Robot Sidekick, Neo Venom Boost, Vortex Trap, Whirling Dervish, of course the Atom Powered Assault, which is our weapon buff for precision. I'm using right now Ionized Eruption, but you could also switch this out for Cyclone Pool or Tornado Pool if you have enough skill points to get those. You could also use Irradiate, which is a single target DOT. I don't really recommend this one. I use it sometimes because it has a low cast time, so it's quick. But for right now, I use Ionized Eruption. That's the one I'm going with. Vortex Trap and Tornado Pool, if you don't have something to clip it into like a trinket or the weapon buff, the cast time is too long. It'll slow your rotation down. So what you want to master is this combo right here: tap range, hold range. And you want to learn how to clip this effectively so it'll be fast with the Whirling Dervish and the Vortex Trap. So you see right there, you got to cancel it. To cancel the Whirling Dervish, you got to tap triangle, and to cancel the Vortex Trap, you got to jump cancel. If you master this combo and the clipping, you're going to do a lot of damage. It's going to make your damage per second really fast. That's the whole point of doing damage in the game. I always say precision is king, and it's not because it hits really hard, but it's because it's really fast. The faster you are, the more damage you'll put out, the more numbers you put out. So this is the rotation right here on AoE. You'll eventually see the numbers, they go up and down. There's a point where your numbers dip, but there's also a point where your numbers go up with this rotation. And bear in mind, I do not have max skill points, I do not have max artifacts. This is very low character build. So when you go into a raid with this build, bear in mind, if there's someone with higher gear, higher skill points, higher artifacts, they're gonna put out more numbers than you. Now if they have all that stuff and you're beating them, then they're doing something wrong. And I'm gonna show you a little bit of that towards the end of this video. This build will also work for single target. Now it's not ideal, of course, if you switch your weapon to dual wield and do the bow flurry shot, it'll do way more damage. But this build is more for players that don't have multiple armories to switch from AoE and single target, or players that have a lot of skill points. They're able to have both weapons maxed out on the trees and they can weapon swap. This is more for players that don't have that. This is a beginner build for them, so that they can do a lot of damage. This will help you do a lot of damage, whether it's single target or AoE. All you got to do is just master the combo and master how to clip the combo and cancel out of the rotation. Okay, now I want to briefly show you something when it comes to DPSing. With Shuriken combo, you can sometimes hit the boss like you're seeing right there, but not hit the adds around them, especially if you have a tank that doesn't pull them all in. See right here, if I move a little bit to the left, I only hit the boss, but if I move over towards the right in his line of sight of the adds behind the boss, I'm hitting the boss and the adds behind him. I hit everything. Making sure to constantly adjust and transition the way I just showed you will ensure that you will do the most damage possible per second in the raid or whatever content you're running. Now all the DPS players that were in this raid with me were all on equal level. We all had around the same rank artifacts. We all had around the same gear, skill points. We were all on par. Now if you are in a group and you're going against a player that is max artifacts, has a lot of skill points, max gear, has the OP items, do not beat yourself up if you do not beat them in damage. That's not how DC works. The way this game works now is all about artifacts. If you're going against a player with 200 artifacts, well, you better make sure you have 200 artifacts as well. Otherwise, that player is most likely going to beat you. If they don't beat you and you got really low artifacts, and that player is doing something terribly wrong in the game, they don't know how to play. If you ever encounter a player that's being toxic towards you, telling you that you're squishy, that you have no damage, when they have max artifacts and you don't pay these players any attention. As you can see right here on the board, if everybody's on an equal level and you're using this build, you're gonna be top. You just gotta know what you're doing. If you found this video informative, leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel.
I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness.